If you're looking to create, grow, and sustain your wealth, download and subscribe to the Pain Points of Wealth podcast at BeBullish.com with Bob, Ryan, and Chris Payne. It's your podcast for market insights, money tips, and real talk on the economy. Download and subscribe at BeBullish.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Sunday morning. With us today is Dr. Peter Michalos, and live long and prosper is his motto. And Doctor, what are we going to do to live longer this week?
Well, today we're going to talk about a very important topic, which is breast cancer and prostate cancer and their prevention. And the number one cause of cancer deaths in the United States are lung cancer for both men and women, but number two is prostate cancer for men and breast cancer for women. And it's very important that we have early detection. And women need to start doing self-breast exams when they're 40. If you have a family history, a direct relative like a mother, a sister, a grandmother, then you always have to do self-breast exams while you're in the shower in a circular motion over the chest area. Both men and women can check. If you feel a lump, you need to speak to your doctor immediately. Mammography is recommended by age 40 for most women who are at high risk. Some people start at 45, but it's very important, especially if you've done genetic testing and you have the BRCA, the BRCA gene, and that is very important to check. It usually starts with a mammogram, which is a type of X-ray that looks for mass, and sometimes cancers have something called calcifications in it, which look like little white dots. If someone has fibrous or dense breasts, then they do ultrasound, and one of the ultimate tests is an MRI of the breast. And if you do have a lesion, they have ways now to put a tiny needle with a guided X-ray and put it in the exact spot, so then they bring it to the operating room and they can do something called lumpectomy, remove the bump. And the majority of these cases are women, but men also, there's been a rising amount of male breast cancer. The good news is there's a lot of new therapies. If it's isolated to the breast, you can get cured. If it's spread to the lymph nodes or other part of the body, then there are other therapies, including immune therapy. Some exciting news we've heard from some of the vaccine companies are they're taking samples of your personalized own breast tissue and making a vaccine that will make your own immune system attack that cancer. When it comes to prostate cancer, that's another situation with men. Of course, if you have a family history, breast cancer a little more elusive because you can't feel it yourself, but a doctor can sometimes feel it during a digital rectal exam. The most common way to diagnose it early is with a PS test called prostate-specific antigen, and it shows up in the bloodstream. When that's elevated, then you can get another test called a 3D MRI, which gives detailed anatomy and imaging. If they find abnormal spots in that three-dimensional MRI, then you get a prostate biopsy. Then you're given several options. Some people want to get the whole thing out, and if you go to somebody who specializes in robotic surgery, it can be removed with small incisions. And if the prostate cancer, which lives in like a saran wrap like plastic, if it's not violated, the capsule they call it, then you can sometimes cure it, get the whole thing out, and spare the nerve so that your anatomy functions okay. The other options are radioactive feed. Some people who are advanced stage can get hormonal therapy, which basically slows the growth down, and there are some new immune therapy, and they're also working on some cancer vaccines for the future. And I think with these new blood will be
Understood. Now, let me ask you another question. Me and you were speaking about the other day. We were speaking about taking drugs or vitamins made by certain countries. I guess it was India or China. The distributor in the United States, have they been checking into things like that, or what is your knowledge?
Well, I think that there are supposedly visiting inspectors for these things, but the question is that when it comes from various places, as we see the drug recalls, they found certain compounds like nitrosamines and things that are known carcinogens in some of the other countries that make a lot of the generic medicines. So I think that one of the areas we should not be cutting in the federal government is the FDA and the FDA inspections. And I think just like we do with meat and food, there should be random inspections of samples of various drugs from various companies. And sometimes even if something it says USA made, it can be deceptive because they can be buying the chemicals from some of the countries that may or may not be doing proper inspection or analysis. For example, some of the medicines have been found to have heavy metals, just like we found out that certain chocolate bars.
Is there any liability? I mean, what have you heard among the doctors or among your knowledge? Is there any liability to the drug companies or the distributors?
Well, I think that they have a certain amount of protection, but I think you have to prove directly that it caused harm, death, or disability in order to bring a case. So that's the problem. But if you have a batch and you have a whole bunch of people who develop a certain cancer, then maybe you can get together a class action suit. But I think instead of lawsuits, I think the focus needs to be that the FDA,
I'm just concerned that some of these manufacturers or distributors are doing their homework to make sure the American people are protected, and that's the only reason I'm asking.
Yeah, I think there should be transparency and analysis, just like we have with some over-the-counter vitamins. We have good manufacturing practices certified, that there should be a publication, just like they list how many calories are in a food or a beverage, list that this product was randomly selected and analyzed, and they found that the arsenic level was this, or the nitrosamine levels were that, just like they do random water testing in various municipalities. Same thing.
I understood. Well, Dr. Peter Michalos, thank you for coming on this Sunday morning, and thank you for everything you do to extend people's lives and keep people alive. And God bless you, and God bless America. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John, for always getting the truth out on the Cats Roundtable.
It's easy to get stuck reaching for the same familiar fruits and vegetables, even when you know a colorful variety is key. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie supplements don't replace fruits and vegetables, but it makes it easy to add more variety to what you already eat. With 31 ingredients that are whole fruits and vegetables, switching it up is easy because we've already taken care of the hard part. Go to balanceofnature.com and get a free fiber and spice supplement, plus 35% off your first set as a new preferred customer by using discount code POD.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit LifeLock.com/podcast. Terms apply.